Hi, my name's Tiffany and I'm with the Pampered Chef, and today we are going live from my very own kitchen. It is a very snowy day here, and if you are a resident of Virginia Beach, you know the snow shuts us down. So my show today got canceled and we are deciding to go virtual and make it a live video so that all the guests of Jenna can participate and everyone out there in Facebook world can also watch us. So one of our family favorites is shepherd's pie. So this is something that I had the ingredients for here. So we are going to make it and hopefully you'll learn a few tips. So I see right now we are waiting for some people to jump on because it is just now 2 o'clock, and that's what we said. We said 2 o'clock. So I'm just going to show you our setup here a little bit, and my assistant will be helping us, who is my daughter Mia. So she'll be helping us in a second. Oh, let's try not to do that again and drop the camera. Oh yes, there's Mia back there in the background. So make sure you comment that you're on here live so that you can be entered into the drawing. All right, let's see if we can get this all set up and ready to go. Maybe not.
We can get the chocolate there.
All right, so we are going to start out by waiting a minute or two to get everybody on here. But in the meantime, we are going to make some popcorn. So this is our microwave popcorn maker, and this is one of the things I've been doing at every show, is that I just bring some kernels. And so I use this little red part of the microwave popcorn maker to measure out our kernels. So you can see in there that's full. And then I just dump them in the popcorn maker and put this back in the lid. Sometimes I just leave it in the lid and pour it in there. It just was easier today to do it that way. So we're gonna put this on here. Now, Mia is an expert at making the popcorn. So she is gonna, real quick, Mia, what do we do when we put the popcorn maker in the microwave? Where do we set it?
We set it for 2 minutes.
Okay, and then where do we put it inside the microwave?
We put it in the side of wherever the side of wherever your microwave is.
Right, so we don't want it in the center, because if it rotates in the center, it gets a hot spot. But if we set it to the side and it goes around like this, then we have a much better the pop. So why don't we go ahead and on our microwave, I would say do 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
Okay, so.
All right, so we're gonna hit cook time, 2:15, and then start. All right, so Mia's gonna start the popcorn, and then while she is getting that set up, we are gonna go ahead and get our shepherd's pie ready to go. So I'm gonna try to angle the camera a little bit over to my stovetop so that you can see. We're using my 12-inch family skillet today. This is one of my favorite pieces of cookware. A lot of times I power cook, and that means I'll use about a 5-pound thing of ground beef or chicken, and I get it all done at once, but I might split it up and make a couple meals out of it. So we have a growing tween that thinks that if we do Taco Tuesday, we should have at least 3 pounds of tacos. But I only got 1 pack of ground beef this week at the store, and it was before the snow apocalypse came, and that's just what we have. So we are going to just be making about, let's see how much I have here.
You can hear it popping.
You can't hear popping. This is literally 1 pound of ground beef. So we're doing a small batch. There probably will not be any leftovers at my house for this, of ground beef. So large 12-inch family skillet, part of our executive cookware. It's the lifetime guarantee that comes along with that cookware. And I'm just gonna open this up and put the ground beef right in here. Try not to touch it. And this is something that my mom always used to do, is we would take the meat container and put paper towels on it, and then put the strainer on top so that when I drain this beef, all the juices will go in there. So I'm gonna turn my burner on. Mia, if you will, take the mix and chop. She knows how to use our magic wand, and so she's gonna use that to ground up our ground beef for our shepherd's pie. So go ahead and take that, start up there. I'm gonna wash my hands, because I think I'm gonna touch that beef a little bit. Gentle. All right, no sound effects. All right, so while we are getting the ground beef, let it come up to temperature a little bit. All right, so just give it a minute to cook. We are going to get some of our other vegetables ready. So one thing that took me a long time to learn is that sometimes you need certain vegetables for your base, so that let's see who's on here. Oh, we've got Stacy and Jennifer, and I haven't seen any other comments yet. So oh, are our popcorn ready? All right, here, use the microwave grips.
I'm going to add 30 seconds because I didn't get to add 15.
Okay.
So
Just hit the Okay. All right, she's gonna watch that. So one thing I learned is that you have to have certain vegetables to make your base. So those of you who are really much better cooks than I are, know this is called I think it's a mirepoix, which is carrot, celery, and we're gonna use Pampered Chef's 3 onion for our 3 ingredients. So with this, I have found that the food chopper is best used for when it comes to carrots and celery. I'm gonna use my Santoku knife. These have already been rinsed and cut a little bit so that I could have them ready for you guys so you have to watch me do everything. So I'm just gonna do 3 sections of celery and then like 3 sections of carrots, like that. Oh, Mia's got our popcorn ready. All right, why don't you take, she's doing the ground beef. I'm gonna melt some butter.
For 30 seconds.
All right, for 30 seconds. All right, and so while the butter is melting, I'm gonna take my food chopper. This is one of the first things I ever got from Pampered Chef. It actually was part of my Pampered Chef kit when I started 13 years ago. And it's really the reason I started Pampered Chef, this and the stone. So I have found that it's very easy to do vegetables like this on my cutting mat. Take out all my road rage, my frustrations, my PMS, whatever you got. And I just chop it up. So if you like doing fresh soups and you gotta do onion and stuff, this is really good for that. All right, Mia's got our butter, and should we have ranch popcorn or French toast popcorn? What do you think, Mia?
I think we should have French toast.
French toast popcorn it is. All right, so we take a little of the French toast seasoning, and I'm gonna pour it in the butter, and she's gonna mix it while it's going in there. All right, so these are in the catalog, French toast. Actually, they're not in the catalog, I lied. They're on, but they're on the webpage. So these were a winter introduction, and they didn't get put in the catalog, but they decided to keep them in past the holidays. So go ahead and mix that up really good. Turn that heat down a little bit for you. All right, so we've got our French toast and butter mixture right here. And then we're gonna drizzle it on our popcorn. Oh, I forgot to show you guys the popcorn. There's the popcorn all done. And then we're gonna shake it up a bit. And Drew's in the other room anxiously waiting a snack. So we'll let him have some French toast popcorn, or Mia can have some too. I think Jim went upstairs to watch football. Okay, so French toast, it's kind of got like a caramel popcorn kind of taste when it's all said and done. What I love about this popcorn maker is that it also collapses, and so it's really easy to store in your cabinet. I've also taken this to the movies. We've gone to the movies recently, and I buy a large popcorn, and I split the popcorn up, and I give some of the popcorn in here to one kid and some to the other. And that way nobody's hands have to touch or germs or whatever. All right, so here's our popcorn. I'm gonna set this to the side. All right, Mia's mixing up the ground beef. So she knows to make sure that there's no pink in there. Finished doing my carrot and celery. All right, so for those of you who need to see it up close, there you go, carrot, celery, ready to go. I went a little bit heavier on the carrot because I like carrot. And we had 2 carrots and I wasn't gonna leave one in there by itself. So we decided to use them both. And how's that meat coming along?
Good.
All right, so, all right. All right, so let me see if I can show them. So here's our ground beef. You can see she's been using the mix and chop to break up the big pieces. So those of you who like Taco Bell type meat where it's all broken up, here you go. You can do that with your mix and chop. All right, Mia, get back over there and finish that. All right, I'm also going to, this is going to be added to the skillet after I remove the meat. That's just what some people cook the vegetables in with the meat. For whatever reason, I like to drain the meat and then add these vegetables in, let them cook a little bit by themselves, and then add my meat back. So it's just what I do. This is kind of a made up recipe. I looked up some online and then just kind of came up with one. And a couple of my friends who are hopefully going to catch this replay have been over and had this with us. When Mia had a birthday, I guess it was the one before last, she asked for us to have shepherd's pie, but I had to feed like 10 people with it. So what I did is I bought 5 pounds of ground beef, 5 pounds of potatoes, and made it, but I'll show you what I made it in. I made it in the all-purpose pot. So I did all my beef down here first, strained it, did exactly what I'm doing here, and then after everything was done and I put my potatoes on top, I put this whole thing in the oven. So the all-purpose pot, I want to say it's about a 7.5 capacity, so just shy of a stock pot, but it's got the 12-inch diameter. So the strainer, the steamer and the lid that fits the 12-inch family that she's got behind me also fits this. So I love that I could make a huge batch in here because I could start it on top and then finish it in the oven. So all of our executive cookware is oven safe up to 400 degrees, which is awesome. Even the lid, okay? So I'm gonna set this over here. All right, is that done?
I think so.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna drain this. All right. So why don't you talk to the camera for a minute?
So I really like the ranch popcorn flavoring, but we're almost out, so I decided to do the French toast, and I haven't really tried the French toast yet, so I'm
Yeah, you
excited.
have.
Well, yeah, but I haven't like had it more than once yet, so I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, the back door's open. Can you go shut it?
Oh yeah. Oh, of course it is.
All right, so I'm just getting some of the grease out of there. And then I'm going to take a little bit of EVO. My extra virgin olive oil, my kitchen spritzer is actually in my Paper Chef kit, so I'm not going to break that out right this minute. So I'm just going to take a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to put it in here so I can do my veggies. So I don't measure real well. I'm not a very good rule follower, but I'm going to take our carrot and our celery. I'm going to add it in here. Let's see, we'll use one of our Baywatch babes to scrape this all off. All right, and I'm going to bring you guys close. I'm going to have Mia stir this for me and let you guys watch in a second. All right, so we got our, put this over the burner right there. I'm going to add a little 3 onion. So this is also out of our pantry line. So this is great if you like French onion dip. You can use this, equal parts mayo and sour cream, and then add this in. That's a very popular combination that I use also with the Southwest dip on taco night, or if I ever have a veggie platter, that's what I do, mayo and sour cream, and then one of our dips. And sometimes I'll make a big batch of mayo sour cream and divide it into 4 different dips, and have chips and veggies to go along with it. So you can do whatever you like. All right, so let me add a little of this onion to here, back here with Mia. All right, mix that all around real good. A little more oil in there. All right, let it sit and sizzle a minute.
Okay.
All right, so get it all kind of in the center. So if you like the idea of a kids in the kitchen cooking show, that is an option that I do, is kids in the kitchen. So I wouldn't necessarily allow a bunch of kids to do this right now, but we would let them use some of our tools. One of my favorite recipes to do with that is to do a brownie sundae bar, and we use brownies in the brownie pan, and then we slice and dice all the toppings using different tools and let them have a good old time with that. So that could be both boys and girls, it doesn't matter. Meanwhile, the moms could be shopping, or you can be indulging in adult beverage, or whatever you would like to do. So let me take you over so you can see what Mia's doing back here with the stuff here. All right, Mia. Show them that we've got our carrot and celery in there and some 3 onion seasoning ready to go. All right, so she's stirring it. All right, I can smell it. Can you smell it?
Yeah, my eyes are
smells good. Your eyes are watering. There's not that much. Okay, keep it in the center.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so I'm going to press some garlic in there. Mia, do you remember how to press garlic?
Yes.
All right, so put that spatula in on the mixer. Put it in the spoon rest. All right, here's the garlic press. All right, and I keep my garlic in something that keeps it cool and dark. We don't sell something like this, so it's just something that I found out and about. And we're going to take a piece of garlic and put it in the garlic press. All right, Mia, go ahead and squeeze that out right in there. So easy, a 10-year-old can do it. All right, you see that? All right, now show them where the tool is to inside the handle. Remember where the little Ken's brush right here. So, and then you're going to scrape off that. You did it, you're fine. I'll scrape that off. Right into there. All right, so she's going to add some fresh garlic. I'm going to save the rest of the garlic because I'm going to do some garlic on the mashed taters. So I don't have a huge bulb. All right, you stir that around.
Okay.
And get that garlic in there so it doesn't burn. All right, and then we're going to add some Actually, I need you to hold my camera for a second. Can you hold the camera up here so I can open this? All right. All right. A1 sauce.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's turn that temperature way down. Oh, you're not showing them. Watch what you're doing. All right, and then we're going to add our meat back. All right, so she's going to stir that around, and we're going to bring the temperature down so that we can just get all those flavors kind of to marry a little bit.
Smells really good.
It does smell really good. If I had some Worcestershire, I'd use that. Sometimes I throw a little broth in there, but the kids like the tang of the A1, so I'm using the A1. And I know some recipes call to use like ketchup and stuff, but we just went ahead and decided to use the A1. All right, so let that, I turn that way down low, get it all so it's like that, and just let it sit there.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't you grab the peas and carrots that are behind you. I'm not sorry, not peas and carrots. Corn and peas. This was frozen. I had a half bag of each. Dump.
Dump.
All right. You might need to use this to get it out because it started to defrost. All right. Get that all in there. All right. Stir that up for me, and then we'll leave the temperature down low because that's going to be our base of our shepherd's pie. All right. So she's going to stay doing that. And then I'm going to put the camera back up here so that you guys can see some of the other things I'm going to do with the potatoes. Let's see if I can get you back in here. Yes, it is always great to have a little helper. Marie says, good job, Mia. All right, so while that's going on, I'm going to use another tool. The Rice Cooker Plus is great for starches. So pasta, rice, and potatoes. So these potatoes have already been rinsed. And my family does not mind if we have a little potato skin when we do our potatoes. So what I do is when I peel the potatoes, I kind of just give them stripes. And hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to move you guys forward a little bit and then angle you so that you can maybe see a little bit better. There you go. I need like a cameraman. Too bad he's probably in the other room with his headphones on and can't come in here and help. All right, you're fine. All right, so I'm gonna give it some stripes. So this is the serrated peeler that I'm using. And I actually don't own the Pampered Chef Veggie Peeler because I prefer this. So I just like the way that I can hold it and get a nice curve on it. I use this for apples, I did the carrots earlier. You see I'm doing it on potatoes now. Anything that you would normally need to peel. Now, see I have that little boo-boo right there in my potato. I could take this piece, the end of the peeler, and I just get it out. So if you've ever been to one of my freezer meal workshops, that's something that I've taught there too, is that this peeler is great. A lot of times I will add this on to your order so that you can make the minimum for those workshop ideas there. All right, so stripes on our potatoes. All right, we're not perfect, just a little stripes there, and we're gonna show you a couple things. So one I'm gonna show you is our simple slicer. So I'll honestly tell you, I've been not using my mandolin as much. I've just been using my simple slicer. It has 3 settings. So right now it's down in the lock, and then 1, 2, and 3. It makes the space in there, and I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can do it so you can see it again. All right, so it's making the space bigger. So when I do potatoes, I'm gonna do it on a 2 today because of what else I'm gonna be doing to put in those potatoes. All right, so I'm gonna line it up with the Rice Cooker Plus. Please use the guard because I used to say, do as I say, not as I do. Don't worry about using the guard. You can take your tool and go, your veggie and go right over there. I learned the hard way. I took almost a whole knuckle off in the middle of a show. I wonder if any of those people are on here because I still am friends with them. And I almost passed out. So don't do that. All right, so use the guard. I've got the potato in here. It is easier to start with a flat surface first, and then I'm just gonna slide it. And you guys probably can't even tell, but it was effortless, and I made my potatoes all the same size. So it is great for when you're in charge of Thanksgiving mashed potatoes, and you can just slice them all the same size. Then they all cook at the same rate. So I actually did my potatoes, I think I did 10 pounds of potatoes for Thanksgiving, and I had them in that all-purpose pot I showed you guys earlier, and did them just like this. Drew and Mia have both actually helped do potatoes this way too. So here's another one. And let me see if I can show you the difference. Okay, so let me do a 3. I'm gonna do it on my cutting mat so I can show you. All right, so a 3, a 2, and then a 1. All right, let's see if you guys can see the difference. 3, 2, 1. So if I can get them like that. So you can see the difference that you can get out of there. So depending on what you're doing, if you like onion rings or tomatoes, you might want them like on a 3. If you're gonna use the microwave chip makers, you need to use a 1. It needs to be fine like that. All right, so now the next thing I'm gonna show you is Mia and I thought it would be fun to show you the veggie spiralizer. So Mia, do you wanna just leave that be and come over here to the veggie spiralizer?
Yeah.
All right, so with the veggie spiralizer today, actually go in my Pampered Chef bag, and I think the white blade, the thing that goes right here that protects the blade, has the key in it, and I think it's sitting in my bag.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so while she does that, I'll show you the veggie spiralizer without putting the little blade in the key slot. So there's a slot right there that I use, and I call that the key in the key slot. So without doing that, just using it just like this, you're gonna get spirals. So I'm gonna take my half of my potato, I'm gonna put it on there. Now there are prongs right there that you can see. I'm gonna push down so I hold it in place, and then they're all gonna come out right there. So I know there's a glare because of the snow outside, but hopefully you guys can kind of see that. I don't wanna angle you too much because I might drop my phone and then we'll lose you. So let's see if I can do that. All right, so I'm going to just go around and around. And you guys, can you see that right there coming out? So nice, really thin. So that's kind of like the ones that we did earlier. And it's just coming on out. Oh, I'm already down to the end. Excellent. That was real quick. All right, so I've got that. You got the blade and it's the key in there? Oh. All right, I must have put it in my drawer. Okay. You look at that skinny girl right there?
The key.
Do you see it? Down here somewhere. Look down there and see if you see it. All right, so then I should have prepared that before you guys got on here. Oh well. All right, let me do another half while we're waiting. Let me keep moving. All right, so look at that. We've got our nice spiral pieces. Nothing?
No.
Oh, well, goodness. I've lost the key, and I have an extra one, too. And neither one of them are in there? All right. So I'm going to put these potatoes in there. I'll have Mia do this other one real quick for you while I look for the key. All right, Mia, do that one. Show them how easy it is. You can talk to them while you do it.
I really like shepherd's pie. I like smushing it all up and then eating it. It's really good.
I really don't see it anywhere. Where did I put it?
Okay, I think I'm all done.
All right, so there you have it. We're pampered, not perfect, and we can't find the piece that goes in the spiralizer. But when you have that piece, you can make your pieces into either fettuccine or spaghetti is the best way I have to explain it. But when you're on the web page, you can see the difference in those pieces there. So it's really up to you on whether you like to do your potatoes with the spiral. I mean, just look how fun and thin that is. Oh, Mia got a really good one. Look at that. So look at that. That's as fun. Can you guys see with the glare? Look at that fun spiral right there. Put a little bit of EVO on that and roast it in the oven. Maybe some of your favorite seasoning, great for a side. But do the same thing with zucchini, and it's a great substitute for pasta. So it's really great if you're trying to cut out carbs to just use zucchini. And then you can do it like that, throw your favorite sauce on it, put it in the microwave in your rock crock, and then you're good to go.
Yeah, the zucchini is just good like plain.
You like it just plain?
Yeah.
With no sauce on it?
Well, yeah.
Just EVOO?
Yeah.
Or you like it with salt and pepper?
Yeah, salt and pepper.
Or red pepper. I use the red pepper rub sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
The red pepper rub is really good. All right, so we're gonna put all those potato pieces in here. Now, if I had prepared myself before the snowstorm and gone to the store with all the crazy people, I would have gotten some chicken broth, but I forgot it. So usually when I cook either my rice or my pasta or my potatoes, I usually cook it in broth. And with these potatoes, I would fill it an inch above where your potatoes lie. So for this one, I'm just gonna, you have to use water today because that's just what I got. All right, so let me do some water.
It still tastes really good.
Yeah, it's still gonna taste good because then we're gonna add some other fun stuff to it.
And my friend went to the store after school, and like, she said that people were acting like it was the end of the world.
Yeah.
Like there was a bunch of people there.
All right, so with the rice cooker, it's only 3 pieces really. You gotta make sure you put, this comes out, and so you just gotta make sure you push that in, and then you place it on here, and then this locks tight. So these little levers lock the lid on tight. Now there is steam holes so that the steam can escape while it's in there, but I typically do I'm gonna start with 12 minutes on this and check it. When I do my rice, 12 is perfect for rice. 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of broth, it's perfect every time. And I don't even change my microwave settings to like that whole high, medium, whatever. All right, so I'm gonna do 12 so that I can stir it, and then I'll probably put it back in. All right, so let me do that. All right, let me wash my hands. All right, so we've got the beef and the carrots, celery, onion, corn, and peas. They're just all chilling on the stovetop right now, staying warm, because we're gonna do our mashed potatoes. If I was really on the ball, I would have done my potatoes first, but pampered, not perfect. So we'll just leave it there chilling. So let me get this out of our way. Hear me out. Put this in the trash for me.
Okay.
Oh, we forgot a couple potatoes. Oh well. All right, so dump that in the trash for me. And then let me tell you a little bit about another tool. So this is one of my things that I take to every show. This is also great for the shepherd's pie too. So I haven't decided if I'm going to use this or just use the pot back there behind me. But this is called the rock crock. Okay, so this is the Dutch oven rock crock. This is a 4-quart capacity. So it's kind of like the middle of all the sizes. So we have 4 sizes that are like a pot like, and then one that's flat for, it's called the rock crock grill stone. But when it comes to the rock crock, this is I think this one's perfect. All the rock crocks come with a recipe collection, so you know what to do with them once you get there. If you have the deep covered baker, everything that you do in the deep covered baker, you can do in here, okay? Because the recipes can go that way. However, you can't do everything in here in the baker, because this is this can go in a lot of different places. So those of you who are on the video, tell me some places you can put your rock crock. So if you have a rock crock, or if you've been to a show, where can you put your rock crock? All the places you can cook in it. I'm waiting to see somebody type something. Who's here? Who can tell me where they can put their rock crock? Well, the first place is the microwave. Yes, Stacy said the stove. That's right. So it can go in the stove top. It can go in the microwave. It can go in the oven. Yes, Cynthia, it can go in the oven. And then it can also go under the broiler. So if you, at the very end of this, I will turn the broiler on just for a minute to get the top of my potatoes with a little bit of brown crusties on the top. And then lastly, somebody didn't mention where it can go outside. Where can it go outside? And I know we have a little bit of a delay. And then also clean up. How do we clean this? The grill. Yes, Kim said the grill. So this is oven safe, stovetop safe, broiler safe, microwave safe, grill safe. And then where does it go to get cleaned up? In the dishwasher. That's right. So this is one of my favorite things, because you can just do everything with it. It's a one-pot wonder. So yesterday, while the kids were playing in the snow, I had 3 chicken breasts that had been defrosted. I threw them in here. I didn't even clean them up. I didn't even chop them. I just put them in here. I put them in the microwave for 8 minutes. That's it. By the time it took me about that to like wipe off the counters and get a couple ingredients out, and they were done. So the chicken breasts were done. They were sitting in about a little bit of their own broth. And then do you know what I used to shred them up?
Oh, I know.
You know, Mia knows. What did I use? Salad choppers. Okay, and we use them all the time for chicken, or for the most time chicken, but they can be used to do a chopped salad, but they also can be great for like pork tenderloin or a roast. But once the chicken was done, I just took the lid off and I just chop it. You'll notice I use mine backwards. I just feel more in control using them. If I'm doing a salad, I will turn them this way and do it like that. But for the most part, I just do it like this, okay? And chop, chop, chop. So I chopped all the chicken up. Will you open the refrigerator, and there's a bowl of chicken salad in there? I think Daddy, yeah, see that bowl right there? All right, so we used half of it to make kickin' corn chowder with chicken, and then the other half we saved, and Jim made some chicken salad today. So there's your chicken salad all chopped, ready to go, and Smells really good. He put some mayo and some celery in there. And then, of course, it's in a batter bowl. I have 6 of these. I use them all the time. This is the smaller one with the lid. Put that back in the fridge for me. And then I just use that all the time. So I love being able to do that real quick. And here you can, like I said, we made the soup in it yesterday after we did the chicken. We could do the shepherd's pie in it. Now, those of you who've had my cakes, what 2 ingredients do we use to make cake? Not you, Mia. One cake mix and a soda. So this is the reserve soda that I have for shows. So you actually use 12 ounces of soda, which is equivalent to a can. But sometimes it's cheaper to buy these bottles, so I measure out the 12 ounces and I drink the rest. All right, so one cake mix, one of these, mix them together, put them in your rock crock. I use my nylon-coated whisk, and I whisk them up just right in here. Microwave, uncovered, 8 to 10 minutes, perfect. I use store-bought icing, and then I put that on top. I put the lid on so the icing kind of melts and gets into all the crevices, and then we make some whipped cream to put over top. So it's super fun, super easy. Mia, what's your favorite combination of cake? Do you remember?
The yellow cake.
You like yellow cake with Sprite?
Yeah.
And we put strawberries and whipped cream on top?
Yeah,
that's a really good one.
And sprinkles.
And sprinkles. I also like to do the darker the cake, the darker the soda. So you're going to do like a Dr. Pepper with your chocolate cake, and you'll do lemon with a Sprite. So that's kind of like your spectrum. All right, I'm going to put this away. All right, so one tool I haven't talked about is my boyfriend. So this is the manual food processor. And so anything that you need to slice and dice, you can put in here. However, you notice I did not use it for my carrots and my celery. I just used my food chopper because carrots just work a lot better in the food chopper, okay? I just don't like necessarily my carrots in here. But like if I had had fresh onion, I would have done the onion in here as opposed to using it. You want to demonstrate? Show them how that works. So
and you can block it by, there's a button, well not a button, but like a slide thing that you can slide.
Good job.
Past this, push this way, and then it stays down.
Yeah, so that's how she keeps it down, and then you push it the other way. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, and then it pops up. So where do we clean this? Do you remember where we put these 2 pieces?
We put those in the dishwasher, and this cannot have water. You can, like,
you just want to wipe it.
Because the water can get in to here.
So you just wipe it. So when you put this in the dishwasher, a really cool tip I learned from another consultant is this goes in the dishwasher on the top rack, and then so you don't accidentally grab this, put this over top of it like that in the dishwasher. Mind blown, okay? So that's a really good tip for that there. All right, so let's get that out of our way. All right, so I kind of talked about all the major tools I wanted to discuss today. So we covered cookware, rock crock, popcorn maker, rice cooker, salad chopper, simple slicer, manual food processor, food chopper. We did use one of my Santuco knives today. This is part of our lifetime guarantee too. So when you're looking at the warranty on Pampered Chef, cookware, including the executive and the stainless and the forage cutlery, has a lifetime guarantee on it, okay? So when you place your order, I do always ask for your email address because everything is stored with your email address, just like if you shopped at Amazon or Target, okay? You guys are all used to that, okay? It's not so that I can stalk you or whatever, but it's so we can keep track of your warranty. That way, if something happens and you can't find me, you can log into your order history and it's all there. So with the lifetime guarantee with this, or some of the properties of this is that it's full tang. It's all one piece right here. The little divots right here make it a Santuco knife, and in Japanese, somebody hopefully will correct me if I'm wrong, that means 3 good things, and slicing, dicing, and mincing falls into that category. So I use this knife for everything. It just happens to be my go-to knife. I feel very comfortable with it in my hand. You know, women tend to have smaller hands than men, so we like this 5-inch knife. The bigger one is the 7-inch knife that you're probably used to seeing on, oh, I'm sorry, that's a chef's knife. But this is the 8-inch chef's knife. And then the 7-inch Santuco. So it just depends on what kind of a knife you prefer. I like the 5-inch. I can do a lot with that. I'll grab that one to do a majority of the jobs I need to do in the kitchen. But I do like the bigger knives for if I'm gonna fillet my chicken and I'm gonna use the close and cut. I definitely like to have these for that because you need a longer knife to do that. All right, and then, I know you guys don't want to wait around for the mashed potatoes because they still have another 2 minutes. But does anybody have any questions that they want to ask? And I'm going to try to step up here closely to look. Yes, you like that tip with the dishwasher. I learned that from somebody else, so definitely make sure you pass it along for anybody who has MFP. I think I saw Stacy on here earlier. Make sure a vet knows how to put that in the dishwasher without cutting herself, because that's a very those blades are very dangerous if you accidentally cut it and cut your hand. All right, we don't want you to bleed everywhere. All right. Oh, another really handy tool, if you saw Mia and I today grabbing things out of the microwave, we use these. These are called microwave grips. So they're great for pulling things in and out of the oven. Yes, tell Bert. There you go. Grabbing things in and out of the oven or the microwave. We grab the popcorn with them. When the potatoes are almost ready, I'm going to grab the potatoes with this so that I don't hurt myself. It's just, for me, I feel it's much easier to grab things than it is to use a big mitt. So absolutely love these. All right, Kim says, tell me again how long to put the chicken in the rock crock in the microwave. Okay, so if I do just the chicken and I actually didn't even cut it up, I just used 3 breasts, I did 8 minutes and it was done. So I would try 8 minutes to start, and if you feel like if you've got really thick ones and you need another minute, you could do that. If they were really thick, I might fillet them first with the closing cut, or I would take my shears. So if you're using your shears, see my chicken actually were already cleaned up because I bought that big pack that I always buy, and I used like 3 or 4 that night, and I put 3 in the freezer. So I had already cleaned them up, so they didn't have that funky fat on the corner, the tip, or that funny little cartilage thing in there. So they were pretty clean. But if I had not done that and I needed to clean them up, and I would have cut them like into 3 big chunks and then thrown them in my deep cover baker, 8 minutes. Really, that's usually pretty good. You can go 10 if it makes you feel better. My microwave is fairly newish, like the past 8 years, I would say, 10 years maybe. So the temperature is usually not an issue. So hopefully that's a good rule of thumb for you. But I usually, like yesterday, I was unsure if 8 minutes was enough. So I just cut the biggest piece with this and looked at it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's done. So there you go, 8 minutes. Anybody else got a question for me? Or for Mia? Because she's still here. You just can't see her. Here she is. Oh, she's going to go back there. All right, so we are doing this show today for Jenna. Unfortunately, the snow came and canceled Jenna's show. And so we had to go virtually live from my kitchen since I can't get to hers and she can't get to mine. Yes, you can use the salad choppers in the rock crock. So do not use them in your cookware because you're not supposed to use any metal utensils in your cookware. And if you look really closely, there's the metal right there, okay? So you don't want that in your cookware. However, Pampered Chef did revise the utensils allowed on the rock crock a while ago, and you are allowed to use metal. However, I would not use a whisk in there. That noise would just drive me crazy. So the only metal I use in there is these, okay? And I'm pretty gentle with mine, especially since I use mine backwards. I'm doing more of a stabbing motion, like picking it up and chopping it, as opposed to it scraping the bottom. But you are allowed to use metal in the rock crocks. I just usually use one of my Baywatch Babes or one of my bamboo spoons or something like that. All right, so Mia's got our potatoes out. We're gonna check it. Now, a lot of steam will escape out of here, so you need to be very gentle. And this thing is hotter than it looks. So that's why I'm not letting Mia do this part. All right, so I'm gonna take that piece out. And then...
They look good.
They look good. Mia loves anything that has starch. So I'm gonna use my fork test.
Carb Queen.
Yeah, they feel pretty good. However, I'm gonna I like to do them 18 minutes total. So I'm just gonna stir at this point. And I'm going to do another 6. So I understand if you guys don't want to stick around for that. But, all right, let me put this back in here so we can get that on there nice and tight. All right, and then put that in there. All right, you want to carry it over? Open the microwave up first. There you go. All right, so I've got a great little helper here that, and usually our rule is that it doesn't matter if you're a girl or a boy, you get to help in the kitchen. Do 6 minutes. Just hit the 6 button. You get to help in the kitchen. So it just happens to be that Mia was the one who jumped up today. She does help me a lot in my business. So I know some people have asked me that before too. And yes, I pay her. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions for me? Is our hostess on here? Jenna, are you on here? I'm hoping she realized how to get over to this page, and it wasn't on her event page because that event was private and I couldn't change it, so we had to go live from here. But I know there's been a lot of people who have commented today. I think there was 8 or 9, maybe 10, 11, 12 of you guys that commented at any given time, so that I will enter you guys into a drawing. I got some stuff I want to clear out and give away. Ooh, Mia likes free. So we'll have to go back through and see who everybody commented on this. I can't do that right now while we're cooking in the kitchen, but we'll go back and maybe do another live video of the for the drawing. I think of what else. Oh, this month for hostesses, it is double free. So I'll get you this little chart. All right, so here's our normal host benefits. The magic number this month is $650. So at $650, you would normally get $115 in free stuff. This month, you get $230. So from $650 up, it is doubled. So I do have a couple spots on my January calendar because I had a cancellation and I had someone who had to have surgery. So we had to move some things around. So if you'd like to get on my January calendar, it is not too late. I still have spaces, and it's a great time to get a lot of free stuff so that you can expand your stuff. Also, if you know of any brides, this is an awesome time to do a bridal shower because she can get double free. So, or him and her, whatever, it doesn't matter. The couple to be married can get double free. There's my sidekick back there. All right, so this is a great time. Now, February, I will tell you the special is the Rock Crocs. A host in February can pick any one Rock Croc at 60% off. So that is totally awesome if you love the Rock Crocs and you want to get a great deal on them. And then March, we've got some great products on special, but that's also when the new catalog comes out. So I won't know any of that details for another month, and then I can share those. But I am really excited about the January and February specials. I definitely would love to help you guys out. So I mentioned a couple different show types that we have here. The Kids in the Kitchen is one, doing like the brownie split sundae bar. The workshops are really great. I do a 10 at a time show when it comes to a workshop. So instead of everybody bringing all their food to your house and all that, what we do is the hostess, meaning you, get the beef and the chicken, and we put away 9 meals in your freezer, and then one of them you and your guests eat that night. So that's why it's called 10 at a time. So that's an awesome show right there. Now we also have a salad in a jar show. So who's watching their waistline right now? Is that your resolution? That tends to happen quite a bit this time of year. So if you are, we have a salad in a jar show. Let me show you our make and take lunch set. Just leave that. All right, so here is our make and take lunch set. You get this nice little bag here if you get the set, and then it also comes with the mason jar that can be reused and BPA free and all that. It has the utensil set, and then the little has a little snack set to go with it too. So that's one of the options for hostesses this month. Is in addition to the double free, there are some of the make and take, or the mason jar set will be half. You can get one of those at 60% off. So it's this set, the veggie spiralizer, the salad and berry spinner, and I think there's one more. But Pampered Not Perfect, okay? So I remember 3 of the 4. It is not too late if you still want to have a January 10th show. I know that's tomorrow, but some of you could gather $200 in orders by tomorrow, and if you do that, you get the salad choppers for free. So I would actually honor that if anybody so anybody who's on here today, if you can gather $200 in orders by Friday, I will add these to your show and you'll get them free from me instead of Pampered Chef, okay? So by Friday. Now I'm going out of town Tuesday, so I'll be hit and miss, but I will have my phone, I will have my iPad, you know, I'll just be in and out of trainings and check on all that too. So if you can get $200 in orders, a minimum, I will throw these in. However, it is to your benefit to get $650 because that's where it doubles. Okay, who doesn't like double? Everybody likes double. Okay, so, all right, so we'll set this aside. Now, if you guys have any other questions, just post them on this link below. I'll get a notification and I'll be able to answer you and comment back. But I do appreciate your time. it is 2:45, and that is approximately when I wanted to wrap everything up. So I will post some pictures of what the shepherd's pie looks like, and I'm going to shut this video off, and maybe it will start a part 2 once we get the potatoes going, so that you don't have to watch us wait for the potatoes to be done. So I thank you guys for being part of the show. If you're part of Jenna's party, she's got the ordering information. We have 2 options. You can order it today and have it started to process and ship, or if you just need a couple more days, but you want to go ahead and put it on there. Yes. Hold on, I'll come back to that in a minute, Kim. Jenna, if she has a second option for you to order if you need us to hold your order for a couple days. All right, so Kim's question is the shepherd's pie. Yes, it is kind of made up, but I think I did type it up previously because I took a couple different recipes that I saw online and just kind of meshed them to what I had and what my family likes. So I will get that together and post it too. I'm sure I have it saved in an Evernote. All right, bye ladies. Thank you so much. I'm gonna start another video for those of you who want to stick around.